Shalom and greetings to you all. Now we're coming up on the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday. So let's all take a minute, whether with family and friends or by ourselves, to give thanks for what we have. Yes, you might want more. There's nothing wrong with wanting more, but do not forget to show and share appreciation for what you actually already do have. Remember, everyone, this holiday is different from every other holiday or event that we celebrate. For birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, Hanukkah, we express what we want. For this one and this one alone, we express thanks and gratitude. It is what we give, not take. Now, every week we gather to show gratitude and give thanks for the things we have as we ritualize and light our candles. Share a cup of wine, piece of bread. These are the things that we're taught that go back to the time of Abraham and which represent the gifts of life and sustenance and fellowship that we really observe daily, but especially honor every week in our Sabbath remembrance and observation for those who take a few minutes to do so. So take a moment this Thanksgiving as you gather with people who have meaning in your life, including yourselves, because you have a lot of meaning too, to acknowledge whatever greater power you happen to believe in for the things that you can enjoy, my friends. It is truly that rare opportunity for us to both bless God and ourselves. Now, we always begin, as we always do every week, with candle lighting, where the flame reminds us that within each of us lives that divine fire that can illuminate the darkest of places. May that light enable you to see the work that needs to be done and the awesome majesty of creation every time you open your eyes. We raise our cups, thankful for the partnership we have with creation. And so we have to think, may the fruits of the earth nourish each of us and sustain us throughout our journey. And we take the bread of the earth, the bread of life, and in tasting it, we share the grain of truth. Those three little offerings of thanks, my friends, and appreciation are all it takes, and are what we do when we have our weekly ceasing of other activities and regenerate our spirit. So regenerate yours next week during this holiday, my friends. It's also a very busy travel time, so please remember to do so responsibly. And call or email at least one person to thank them for what they mean in your life. Now, you'll bring incredible joy to someone in that simple act. And maybe we can start a worldwide love fest. See, my friends, it is not we alone who are connected. All things pour forth their souls. The heavens, the earth, every creature, every living thing, every grain of sand. We all have a relationship with God or whatever you happen to believe in, and we all happen to believe in something. So learn to be loving, forgiving, peaceful, and accepting. And let's all make peace right now. And come celebrate, my friends, as we gather and come together as a community. Our like-minded, like-souled unification of spirit, the collective consciousness of seekers who come together in a showing of faith, of love, a community, a chavura, a fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites us all in this community, House of Spirit, Beth Ruach, House of Spirit. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody you know, physically, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. Hine Matov, Shevet Avim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Shevet Avim, Gam Yachad. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. Community together. And as a community, my friends, let us all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the entire world. Remember, friends, this is your setting aside just a tiny little bit of sacred time in your own personal sacred space to talk to whoever, whatever you happen to believe in. It is a part of your kavanah, your intention, your goodwill to the universe. And let's send some of that goodwill out and invoke healing and renewal for everybody you know, for the souls and spirits of everybody you know. So think of whoever that needs some healing or renewal and love, or maybe even just a little bit goodwill in their lives. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the earth, the tikkun olam, the healing of the world. That's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. You know, I want to send special greetings to a great teacher and supporter and friend of mine, Baruch ben Mordechai. They say it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday to you. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. And let's continue to think of and pray for those in need of health and renewal. Let's keep praying for Bob, for Ben, for Yuhong, for Fern, for Mariko and Diane, for dear Nikki, For Sherry, who loves a good joke. For Rosanna, Salvador. For Scotty, who doesn't know. And as always, for the one and only, who will always hold a special place in my heart, the B. Now, friends, it is the kindness, healing, wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out that circles the world, finding those in need. So thank you, each and every one of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit. And spirit, my friends, never dies. Makor ha-bracha. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us sing. Amen. Misha Baruch, let us all have our spirits renewed, my friends. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as he has healed before. Misha Baruch, may he who blessed. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy and blessings in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow, to unite together, all of us as a single unit. And coming up in a few weeks will be our Festival of Lights, an annual candle lighting ceremony. So please start sending in the names for any loved ones, people and pets. Call or email, and we will be lighting a candle to remember and help elevate the souls of each and everybody that you submit a name for. Now, last week, what will become a dominant theme in the Torah emerged? Fear. Each succeeding member of the family we meet has fear as a motivating factor. And this will go on for generations. And each of us is often driven by fear in different ways. Some fear their own imperfection and the disorder and chaos they can't control. Some fear that someone will violate them in their rights or possessions. Some fear that they cannot please enough. And some fear almost everything. All of us have some kind of fear. Now, we're about to embark on an incredible journey, written in blood, in deception, in fear, and in anger, touching the lives of just about everybody we're going to meet. These are the adventures of Jacob, the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, and who began the karmic wheel of fortune in the deception of his brother and his father, and who quickly found out, my friends, you can't always get what you want. I saw her today at the reception. In her glass was a bleeding man. She was practiced at the art of deception. I could tell by her bloodstained hands. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. Oh, yeah. Jacob wanted Rachel, but he got justice. The firstborn payback is the first that we come across. Now, absolutely everybody in this story is a deceiver, and their families deceive, their children deceive. This is Vayetza, and he left. The escape of Jacob, that his mother thought would be a short while, but becomes a 20-year odyssey. We will observe the first properly done betrothal ritual in the Bible. The Isaac-Rebecca one was different. It was by proxy. Here you see the actual ritual unfold. We will observe his marriages, one to a woman he hates, one to a woman he loves. We will see him acquire great wealth and pack up and sneak away in the night. He'll be a very different person when he leaves than when he arrived, and he will have a different view of life. We will see his beloved wife steal from her father and lie, and because she did not tell Jacob, he will bring a curse upon her. His is a name that will resonate throughout the history of the Jewish nation. And on the first night, we are introduced to some place and something special on his journey. He's tired. He rests. He's thinking of the journey away and back home. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Golden slumbers fill your eyes. Smiles awake you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. Genesis 28:12. And he dreamed. There was a ladder set up on the earth, and its top reaching to the skies, and there were angels of God going up and going down it. Like the great ziggurats of Babylon, with angels going up and down. He knows this is special. Genesis 28:17. And he was afraid, and he said, how awesome this place is. This is none other than God's house. This is the gate of the skies. Now, this is what many have come to think of as the first real dream of the Bible. And certainly in many ways, it's a more dominant dream for people than Joseph's or Pharaoh's, which come later. Some see this as a dream that turns into a nightmare. And he's about to propose a deal to God. The conditional, always bargaining nature of him comes out, whether with man or with God. Genesis 28:20. And Jacob made a vow saying, if God will be with me and watch over me in this way that I'm going, and give me bread to eat and clothing to wear, and I come back in peace to my father's house, then the Lord will become my God. Well, that's a pretty tall order. He's not a believer in God yet. God has to prove himself. Give him food, give him clothing, give him security, give him safety, give him peace. Then, and only then, will he accept God as God. He's returning to his mother's family. He sees Rachel, his cousin. He performs the betrothal ritual, meets her father, his uncle Laban. Genesis 29:18. And Jacob loved Rachel. And he said, I'll work for you 7 years for Rachel, the younger daughter. Sounds good. So Laban agrees. Better him than somebody else. And it was in the evening, and he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him. And when he came to her, it was in the morning, and there she was, Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this you've done to me? Didn't I work with you for Rachel? Why have you deceived me? And Laban said, it's not done like that in our place, to give the younger one before the firstborn. Boom. Here we have Jacob, who appropriated his brother's birthright, now suffers because of the birthright of his beloved's sister. And as I said before, one of my favorite Midrashim involves this episode, and it can be found in the Midrash Bereshit Rabbah, and it beautifully represents the unwritten part of what happened. That's the joy of Midrashim. And all that night he cried out to her, Rachel, and she answered him. And in the morning, and look, she was Leah. He said to her, why did you deceive me, daughter of a deceiver? Didn't I call out Rachel in the night, and you answered me? She said, isn't this how your father cried out Esau? And you answered him. It's a beautiful karmic Twilight Zone moment. Well, he's stuck. He hates her. And he agrees to work 7 more years for the one he wanted all along, Rachel. And he ends up resenting Leah his entire life. I couldn't take it any longer, Lord. I was crazed, and then the feeling came upon me like a tidal wave. I started swearing to my God on my mother's grave that I would love you to the end of time. I swore I'd love you to the end of time. So now I'm praying for the end of time. To hurry up and arrive. 'Cause if I gotta spend another minute with you, I don't think that I can really survive. I'll never break my promise or forget my vow, but God only knows what I can do right now. I'm praying for the end of time. It's all that I can do. Praying for the end of time so I can end my time with you. Well, he doesn't get to end his time. He's going to spend his life with her sister, and with a couple of other wives, 2 maids that come with the 2 girls. Life is too short, my friends. Do not resent. And there is some, magical misdirection here. We keep thinking this is all about Jacob and his karma. But the rivalry between Leah and Rachel is intense in this story, right? They fight for the same husband, the fight to provide children. I'm sure they each fought for their parents' love. And it really comes, in a strong sentence in Genesis 38. And Rachel said, I've had godlike struggles with my sister. How many of us could say the same thing? Siblings, godlike struggles within a family. So unnecessary. Struggles, karma. But friends, there was a really special line that we read in this parsha that is so often overlooked. It's a promise that we usually forget also. We sometimes think we are abandoned, alone, that God is not with us. But you see, God says to Jacob, he will accompany him and bring him back. Genesis 28:15. And here I am with you, this during the dream, and I'll watch over you everywhere that you'll go, and I'll bring you back to this land. I am with you. I will watch over you everywhere you go. I will bring you back. And isn't that what we all have to know within us? Wherever we go in life, whatever we do, whatever we create, whatever we suffer through and from, my friends, God never stops watching over us and will always bring us home. Yes, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish, have a little faith. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom, be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light. Continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone, and end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we are a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other, we share this ride together, men and women equally. Let us send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. We all need it. And please do learn to forgive and learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts, honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. And don't forget to send an email or a phone call to somebody you haven't spoken to in a while, just to thank them this Thanksgiving. Friends, we have to learn to enjoy the journey because we take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now, bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a great holiday, a week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intention. And remember, we set in motion all that happens in our lives. Your intention, your kavana, your cause, your effect, everything is linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven because you have the knowledge of what is good and bad. So acknowledge what you have done wrong to yourself, to God, to any person you happen to have wronged, and ask forgiveness, but do so with sincerity, with accountability, and with vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be a forgiving and compassionate person. Because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace, my friends, is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life just as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance will bring you. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land, your home. Keep on dreaming. Keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching, keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear. Follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith, an unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith, the principle of love and of all of you. Now act with purity of heart and mind, despise none, defraud none, hate none, cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. May you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go, and work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of your real power lies in your consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. Make the most of your time in life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you. You're never alone. You're forever blessed, and you have the ability to bring blessings to absolutely everybody you meet. Health, love, renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Friends, your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless, to be generous. So be generous with them. Bless others, bless yourself. Love with your heart. We're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief. And never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together, we learn together, we help each other. We are, each of us, trying to find love and acceptance and support in life. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them and tell them what they mean. Remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. You are being watched out for. So always be kind. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. Keep on dreaming, my friends, and honoring your dreams. And remember, we are all one. Now it's time to say good night. Good night. Sleep tight. Now the sun turns out his light. Good night. Sleep tight. Dream sweet dreams for me. Dream sweet dreams for you. Good night. Good night, everybody. Everybody everywhere. Good night. Now, peace to everyone, everywhere. I'll see you all next time. Shabbat Shalom. Blessings to you all. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving and have an awesome birthday. Take care, everyone.